Hi everyone, I thought I would do a quick video on the new Sizzix acrylic paints. These are creamy acrylic paints. I did touch on them when I did a video recently on all of the new Effectz products that we've got, but I thought I'd do a separate video focusing on the paints because they really are quite different from other acrylic paints you might be using. And in my other video I just showed you the paints. I didn't actually go into any real techniques with them, so I thought we'll have a quick overview and then I'll just show you a few things that you can do with these. So this is the colour range, and you can see instantly that they are very thick and creamy. You get great coverage with them. You can water them down, they're water based, so if you are painting sort of MDF and things like that, you might want more of a subtle colour. You can mix them. So you know, this isn't, you're not limited to these colours. You can mix them to create new colours. You've got black and white, so if you want sort of pastel versions of any of them, then that's obviously easy to do. And equally, if you want to create some grey paint and tone down any of them, you can do. So the colour range that we've got ranges, now this follows the Sizzix colour story. So if you've got our paper packs, you'll know some of these colours already. Let me just grab a sheet of paper. So for instance, this is the hibiscus. So we've already got cardstock in this colour. We've also got other products such as embossing powders, glitters, all sorts of things that are in this colour range. So it's great to have matching colours. So when you are creating cards, it's great to have cardstock that matches your embossing powders and your paints and things. So you don't end up with clashing colours. So that's the colour range. Let me move these out the way and we'll have a look at the paints themselves. So we're going to look at the metallics first of all, and I'm going to create two cards actually. I've already done one sheet with some gold paint and I'm going to do the same again now with the rose gold. So I'm just going to put a bit of rose gold on my craft mat, and this is watercolour card I'm using. And all I'm going to do is brayer this on to coat that card. And by using a brayer, I'm going to get a nice thin coat, and I also won't have any brush marks in it. So it's a good way to apply it if you want a good solid background. So I'm just going to keep going over this until I've covered it nicely. And it will be a thin coat really because I'm braying it, so this won't take long at all to dry. And you can see, even though it's still wet, you can see the lovely shine this is going to have. It's a lovely colour, this rose gold. So now I've got both of those and they're both dry, and I've got the lovely gold and the rose gold. And what I'm going to do is cut a heart out from the front of both. And I'm going to be making two cards out of one really. This is a bit of a twofer, this particular method, because what I'm basically going to do is swap the insert areas over between the two. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the rose gold. These are just Sizzix nesting heart dies, this set I've got here. And what I'm going to do is pop them inside and temporarily tape them down. And I'm going to do the same with the gold. This is Sizzix Maker tape that I'm using. You can use washi tape. The Sizzix Maker's tape is even less tacky than masking tape actually, so it's ideal for this. But if you've got some masking tape or washi tape, it will do. And I'm going to use two different embossing folders. One is this lovely paisley pattern, and then the other one is it's called Adorn Tile. It's one of my favourites actually. So I've die cut those, and now I can take the hearts back out Just removing that tape. This is where it's key really to use a very low tack tape, because of course the pressure of running it through your machine, even if you're using kind of quite a good masking tape, it does make it really pushes it into the cardstock. So if you are using just washi tape or masking tape, might be an idea to just rub it on your jumper or something before you put it through. And what I'm going to do is swap over the hearts, so I've got a bit of a two-tone effect, and this is what I mean about getting two cards out of one technique really. So I'm going to pop these onto some card fronts. I'm just using double-sided tape. And I'll pop that onto the front. And then I've got that lovely aperture to pop the other one on. I'm just trimming off the bottom. I could see there was a bit of white there. So, and I'll just put a bit of tape inside that heart. And then it's going to be really simple to just pop that in. So I need to add a sentiment now. I'm going to keep it really simple because these cards on their own I don't think really need much else adding. So I've just got a very simple sentiment, stamped sentiment on a little strip, and I'm just thinking where to put it, either on the heart or underneath. I think I'm going to go underneath. And I've done this on navy blue card because I thought it looks quite nice, quite dramatic against the gold. And I'm going to do the same for the other card. For this one I've got a longer strip which I'm just going to put right across. And really the technique for these cards, this really shows you the flexibility of this paint. There aren't many acrylic paints that you could coat your card with and then emboss with without the paint cracking. These paints have got a real sort of elasticity to them, and that enables you to do techniques like this. So embossing on them gives a lovely metallic sheen, and the finish is quite different from just using metallic cardstock. So, you know, this is a really great use for these paints. So we're going to make a whole series of backgrounds now, pretty much the same technique as we've just used. I've got some dark cardstock. I've got a mixture here. We're going to do a load of different backgrounds. I think this one's black, but some of them are going to be navy. And I'm going to use all the different colours. You can see I've got some more paints to the side there. I'm starting off with the metallics, but I'm going to mix and match them really. So for this one I'm using some rose gold and gold. And I'm just spraying it on. You can see I'm not being too neat with these. So that's going to dry in no time and I'll be able to carry on with this. But I am going to do a whole series and then work out what to do with them afterwards. So I've got a selection here. This one I've used Mango Tango and I think that's Primrose. Yeah. Then I've used the Rose Gold and Gold, another one with Rose Gold and Gold but with some of the navy card at the bottom. And then same again, that was the one we just did a few minutes ago. Then I've just gone with some of the blues. I think I've used Agave and Arctic Sky there. And this one's got a little strip of silver. And for this one, I'm going to pop it onto some navy card to give it a bit of a border. So I'm just adding some double-sided tape to the back. Just so it's got a nice border down each side. And of course you can cut into these, great for using up your scraps really. And I'm going to emboss this whole piece, so I'm just giving it a spritz with water first. And this is going to give me a lovely effect because I've got the matte finish of the card that it's mounted on. Plus I've got a bit of silver, and it's just a really nice. It's nice that the pattern continues over all of those different layers really. Great for cards for men, this one I think, this design and these colours. And this Paisley embossing folder also I think is great for cards for men. It's just one of those patterns really, isn't it? So just added some double-sided tape to that, and I can mount it straight onto the card front. And I've got just a tiny border down each side, which I think is quite nice. And I'm going to stamp a sentiment to go on this one. So I've got another piece of that same navy cardstock, and I've got a sentiment. This is a Pete Hughes stamp, and I'm using some Versamark ink to stamp that on. And because I've got the silver paint in the background, I'm using silver embossing powder for this, so that it's going to tie in with that silver and carry on that same colour scheme. So I've decided I'm going to cut this out from a circle. I wasn't quite sure how to put it on, where to put it, but I think for a circle it's going to look lovely. So I'm going to add some foam pads to this just so it's a bit raised. And there we go. So that's one card. And I've jumped ahead and we'll run through. I did make up a load of cards, but I've kind of used the same technique for all of them really. So for these two, I've just cut a strip and embossed it, and I've added sentiments on top. Then I've used that lovely pink and yellow. These kind of gave me this vibe, so I've gone with a bit of a desert theme for those. And then I've kept these ones simple. Where I've got those lovely backgrounds, you know, you don't want to cover them up too much. So simple stamp sentiment, bit of embossing. And they're quite quick and simple cards really once you've done your backgrounds. And then for this one, I've put my painted background behind a die cut. So lots of different ideas there for you. So now I'm just running through some cream card with one of the embossing folders. And I'm going to add just a bit of paint on top of this. This is a technique I like to do a lot actually, and it's dry brushing the paint on just to give a bit of a distressed look. So I've got my mat here, and the paint colours I'm using are green tea and agave. I like this combo. And I'm just putting a tiny bit on the brush, and the brush is dry. I haven't got any water on this brush. And I'm just putting a bit of paint here and there, keeping it quite subtle. And I'm just going to quickly dry that off. Obviously, because I've dry brushed it on and there's no water, this really doesn't need much to dry it. But because I'm going to be rubbing wax on with my finger, I do want to make sure it is dry before I move on. So I've got some of this Sizzix Luster Wax in gold, and I'm using an ink blending tool to put this on. And I'm not covering it all. I really want a kind of distressed look to this, so I'm just putting a bit of gold here and there, and this I think is a fabulous background. So I've cut a strip of the same colour card that I used for the background, and I'm just stamping a sentiment on, and I'm going to pop that across the bottom. Like so. And then I'm going to die cut some leaves to go on top. I've die cut these from Sizzix texture roll, and the gold of the texture roll just goes perfectly with that gold luster wax that I've popped on the background. So quite an elegant looking card, this one. So I'm going to tuck one leaf sort of underneath that sentiment strip, and then the second one I'll pop on top, and that's that card finished. Now I'm going to run through all of the samples that I've made just to explain to you how to do them. So these were the first cards we did, where we embossed them both and then switched over the hearts to give the coordinating look. And then this was the next card we did, where I used that painted background and just did a simple stamped sentiment embossed in silver. And this is the card we've just done with the lovely distressed background. And then for the next one, we've just used the backgrounds and added a simple stamped sentiment just with the coordinating embossing powder. Then for this one I used one of those backgrounds and cut it in half to give me enough for 2 cards, because I've just used a strip of that lovely background and added a die cut or a stamped image. And then for this one I've used the background in different ways really. The first one with the cactus, I've used the whole background and painted it, and then I've just added a simple sentiment strip and some die cuts. For the other one, I've taken the background and I've torn it and then run it through an embossing folder to give that lovely strip of a background, and then added a stamped sentiment underneath. So for those few backgrounds I've got quite a lot of different looks and a lot of different cards, so I hope I've given you some inspiration of ideas to use with the new Sizzix acrylic paints. As always, I'll put details of all the products in the description box here on YouTube, so if you want to see all the colours or any of the products, everything will be listed there. There'll also be info on my blog, but if you look in the description box, all of the info will be there for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.